Hey, sixth graders, welcome back. Here we go. Now we got story problems on 2.6, example 4. Now, we got to make sure we read the questions on these because not only does it ask you to do the math, but notice how it says round to the nearest whole number. So now we don't actually have to divide all the way. We can just round it once we get close. So how many times more cellular phone subscribers were there in 2011 than 1991? So we got to take 331.59 divided by 7.6. So if we estimate, you have 320 divided by 8. I'm not sure why they did 320, but maybe just because it's a round number. But so when you write it out like this, 331.59 divided by 7.6, remember we have to move the decimal place one spot to make this a whole number. So I have to do the same thing here, and it becomes 76 on the outside. All right. Then you do all your division, and you end up with 43.6, and then you keep going. But notice how this says it rounds to 44, because in the directions it says round to the nearest whole number. So in big ideas, if you put 43.6, that's going to be wrong, unfortunately. So make sure you read those questions. Here's another one. Story problem, but really remember we're just dividing decimals. So in 2011, there were 6,500 commercial FM radio stations. In 1990, there were 4.4 thousand. How many times more commercial FM radio stations were there in 2011 than in 1990? So you just take 6.5 divided by 4.4.
Number of commercial 4/10. To do this, you first want to rewrite the
decimal
problem so
one
that your
spot on
divisor is a
each.
whole number. Because the divisor includes one decimal place, you must multiply by 10.
Okay.
Remember, you must also multiply your dividend by 10, giving you 44 divided by 65. Then place the decimal place in the quotient and divide as you would with whole numbers. 44 goes into 65 once. 1 times 44 is 44.
Other way around.
65 minus 44 is 21.
You said that wrong.
There is an implied 0 in the 10th place of the dividend. So you want to bring down this 0. Then 44 goes into 210 4 times. 4 times 44 is 176. 210 minus 176 is 34. There is another implied 0 in the hundredths place. So you want to bring down this 0. Then 44 goes into 340 7 times. 7 times 44 is 308. 340 minus 308 is 32. Because you want to round your answer to the nearest tenth, you can stop here, having carried out the quotient to the 100th place. Because 7 is greater than or equal to 5, you want to round the digit in the tenths column up. So the quotient rounds to 1 5/10. Therefore, there were about 1 5/10 times more commercial FM.
Okay, so remember this one says round your answer to the nearest tenth, and so that's why we didn't have to keep going. But that could have gone on forever and ever and ever. So that's why it was 1.5.